A retired Marine who was once in a fight for his life is now helping educate the younger generation, including potential new recruits in West Michigan. News 8's Demetrius Sanders tells us about his battle with adversity.
With a father and grandparents who served, the military has always been a part of Brian Forney's life.
I was born on a Marine Corps base in Camp Pendleton, California. My dad was an artillery Marine.
So after graduating high school in 1993, he attended the Naval Academy, earning a bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering. Forney was later service selected to the Marine Corps, where he became qualified as a CH-46 helicopter pilot.
I've always wanted to serve something greater than myself. Always been a patriot, love the country and what it stands for. I can't really remember a time when I wasn't thinking of going into the military.
On February 20th, 2013, Forney's life changed forever. While doing mountaineering training in Thailand during Exercise Cobra Gold, he was critically injured during a helicopter mishap.
We kind of lost sight of a tree that was behind us. And then as I took power off the airplane, the rotor blades came down a little bit, hit the tree, broke one of the rotor blades. That put the aircraft out of balance. And about 5 seconds after we hit the tree, the airplane basically ripped itself apart.
Forney was with 3 others who were able to escape the wreckage, but he remained trapped in the cockpit of the burning helicopter. Just when he thought he may be out of time, he was saved.
I was able to get my feet out from underneath the console and across my co-pilot seat, and that was as far as I could get because of my other injuries. And luckily for me, Gavin Christian, my crew chief, ran up, made one last attempt, and basically reached through the flames, found my boots, and pulled me out.
The whole time, his mind was on his family.
They say your life kind of flashes before your eyes. I didn't really experience that. It was just kind of this, man, I screwed up, and I'm not going to see my wife and kids.
The incident left Forney with severe burns and injuries to his left hand and arm, which now causes him to use a prosthetic. After being treated at facilities overseas, he was flown to the U.S. military's burn center in San Antonio, where he continued to recover.
I joke with people all the time that, they're like, hey, it's really impressive you made it through. And I'm like, well, my job for 5 straight months was just to not stop breathing. That looks like cutting edge, doesn't it?
Earlier in his career, Forney also taught at the Naval Academy, so when he was able to work again, life led him to give back to young people.
What are you doing right now with your motor output? You're putting it into what? I remember going through my recovery, I was like, well, one of the things I can still do is I can still teach.
He taught for 4 years within Grand Rapids Public Schools. He's now an engineering department leader and teacher at the West Michigan Aviation Academy.
As a Marine Corps officer, you spend a lot of time with young Marines. Well, they're not a whole lot older than high school students.
In his role, he wants to help fill a need for trained engineers. It's also about giving students skills through engineering that they can carry throughout life.
Gives you some tools to take a complex problem, break it down into pieces, identify what the actual problem is, and then start looking at what success looks like, and then start that process. No, you're driving backwards.
Forney says interacting with students and being in the classroom has been very fulfilling.
So one of the big challenges with this engineering process is actually taking the time to record your thoughts. And what you do. There are days when I'm making them write stuff down in their engineering notebooks. They're not super thrilled with me, but by and large, they have fun in these classes. The challenge here for you guys is not actually building the robot, it's doing the process.
And he's thankful that the support of his family and his faith guided him through adversity.
Everything is burning around you and it's all falling apart. Having a little bit of faith and hope and trust. It's amazing what he can do with whatever mess you create.
In Grand Rapids, Demetrius Sanders, News 8.